All right, so let's talk Severance season 2 finale, because that was absolutely insane. And I feel like I'm a little late to the game on the TV show. I just binge watched season 1 and 2 in about 2 weeks, and I absolutely was obsessed. So I just finished season 2 finale a couple days ago, and I feel like that released actually in like March of 2025, but I just now finished it and it blew up my mind. So the ending was pretty crazy. It ended off with Mark's innie finding Gemma and releasing her into the outer world. And he ended up running back and going back to Helly. His innie ended up running back and going back to Helly, which was just an absolutely insane ending, because you think that he's gonna run out with the Audi, run out and become his Audi and be with Gemma happily ever after, and that they're gonna escape together. But the fact that he turns around just shows that his innie is more powerful than people think, and that it feels like it is like its own person, which you kind of forget that, like, to an extent, that his feelings are real for Helly, and that it's just as strong as Mark Audi's for Gemma, I feel like, which is pretty crazy to think about and sad and tragic at the same time. But the crazy ending, absolutely mind-blowing, because I didn't think that Gemma was going to be alive. So that part of the storyline was insane. And the episode where they talked about back when her and Mark were together destroyed me. I feel like it was so sad, and it really showed their true love story. And you hear about her throughout the show, but you don't get to really see the relationship, I feel like, until that episode, because it's completely avoided. So seeing that in season 2 was heartbreaking, and to find out that she is a real person and she can actually be saved is kind of a great moment, but also tragic for the fact that she's been down there trapped as an innie, kind of, but also her Audi partially, but not as much. But it makes me wonder how she got into that situation in the first place. Was there actually a car wreck? And the ambulance like saved her, but then took her back to Lumen in a way? Or was it all set up since a fertility clinic, because that looked like it was controlled by Lumen as well when they went there? Or did she know what she was walking into from the beginning? Did she know that she was going to work for them to that extent? Or I don't really know. So that is pretty crazy to think about. So some crazy theories I have seen were that, what's his name? Mark's sister's husband is a goat. Like, what? And tell me why I actually started to believe in it, because it is so crazy that I actually believe it might be true. I saw that he has like goat statues in the house, like if you like pay attention, and they make like some weird references to goats with him. And obviously there is the goat references throughout the show of it being some random room. The goat in the season finale, like, what were they going to do with that goat? Were they going to put Gemma's brain into the goat and the goat's brain into Gemma? Like, that's the confusing part to me. Was that the plan? Because what was up with the goat at the end? But also, what if Mark's sister's, whatever his name is, Mark's sister's husband, what if he is half person, half goat. That sounds absolutely insane. But that one episode when he has the bell and he's like ringing it, like, what was he doing there? And that sounds absolutely crazy. But also, tell me why I thought he looked like the guy when Mark and Helly, I think it was, found the goat room. Their innies found the goat room. Why did I think that one guy with the beard was him? Was Mark's sister's husband? Because they have so many similarities, like their hair color, their beard. They look almost identical. So I'm like, what if they're related somehow? But also the red hair, Helly, she has red hair too. So maybe that's like a theme. I don't really know. What if they're all related somehow? I'm not really sure. So that was one theory, is that I still don't know his name, Mark's sister's husband is literally half person, half goat. And so is the baby, which sounds also crazy. But his sister made a weird comment about the baby with the chewing. And I just feel like one of them has to be on the inside. Mark's sister or his sister's husband. Another theory I saw was that Irving is like kind of, he's severed, which would make sense why in the beginning of season 2, or was it season 1, when he was kind of getting the flashbacks of the goop stuff. It seems like maybe he is trying to become reintegrated. That's what I meant. He's trying to become reintegrated, and he's getting like those kind of flashbacks. And I think he is trying to take down the company, and his outie is trying to connect to his innie through dreams. That's another thing I read, is that is a theory that Irving's outie is trying to connect to his innie through dreams. That's why he doesn't sleep. His outie does not sleep. So his innie is really tired and falls asleep. And that's why his outie knows so much things about the inside, is because they're connecting between dreams, if that makes sense. Like if his innie falls asleep, that's why maybe the Lumen people are always like, you can't sleep. Obviously they're at work, but like they will not let them like take a nap or fall asleep for even 2 seconds, because maybe they can connect between dreams. Maybe that's a thing. Or maybe just Irving's reintegrated, and I feel like his innie is really smart. Like he knew about Helly being her outie at Lumen in that one scene. He just always catches on to everything, I feel like, quicker than everyone else. I feel like he's the smartest innie character. And when he was on the phone, like, who was he talking to? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like maybe Irving knows more than, ew, what is that? What is that? That's disgusting. I feel like his innie knows more and is trying to save everyone in a way. So that's another theory I have. But also there's so many like unanswered questions, because, for example, like if Mark's innie was working towards Gemma's thingy mabobber, like on the computer, if he's working towards her the whole time, who is everyone else working on? Are they also working on Gemma? Or are they working on their own people too? Because I assume Gemma is not the only person who's trapped in that position, and that they're trying to make into a goat. Because like what even is that? So who is everyone else working on? Could it be like a brother, a sister? Like, and then who was Petey trying to work on? Was he also working on Gemma? Did Petey know about Gemma being alive, if he could escape? I forget if that even got answered, but like, I feel like we needed more episodes with Petey to really get the answers of how he figured all of that out. Anyways, well, these are just some of the questions I have. I feel like I'm going to make a part 2, and I feel like none of that really made sense because I was kind of just, you know, speaking nonsense. But yeah, these are some of the questions that I have and some of the theories. My main one that I think is that Mark's sister's husband is a goat. Okay, it sounds a little crazy, but that's my main theory, and I definitely want to know some of your guys' theories.